This is the fourth gate of Kamisaka Zen, known as monastery ritual. This is Dharma talk number 1, entitled The Purpose and Meaning of Ritual, Liturgy and Ceremonial Aspects of Zen. Zen Buddhism is often associated with direct, immediate experience of reality, beyond conceptual thinking. At first glance, one might imagine Zen practice as free of formal structures or rituals and ceremonies, due to its emphasis on the personal insight, known as kensho, and maybe even awakening, known as satori. However, Zen is deeply based in ritual and liturgy, which serves as essential framework for the practice. The apparent paradox between Zen's focus on spontaneous enlightenment and the structural repetition of rituals can be understood by examining the deeper purpose that these practices serve. Rituals in Zen function as a bridge between the mundane and the sacred, enabling us as practitioners to embody the teachings, harmonize with community, and express a deeper understanding of impermanence, interconnection, and the self-nature of reality. The purpose and meaning of ritual, liturgy and ceremony within Zen is based in their role in spiritual development, community building, and also the expression of Zen's core principles. There are also specific ceremonial practices such as bowing, chanting, zazen, seated meditation, and how they offer practitioners a tangible way to cultivate mindfulness, compassion, and an understanding in the Dharma. So, ritual as embodiment of Zen and the teachings, at least at the heart of Zen, is the experiential realization of the non-dual nature of reality, seeing things as they are, without attachment or the illusion of self and other. In this light, Zen rituals can be seen as more than mere formalities. They are vehicles for embodying these profound teachings. Every action performed in a Zen ritual is an opportunity to manifest mindfulness, non-attachment, and presence in the moment. One of the core practices of Zen, zazen, seated meditation, might be considered the quintessential ritual of Zen, although it simply involves sitting. The formal structure and repetitive nature of zazen, it's integral to its function. And by following a specific posture, breath, and focused on attention, the practitioner embodies the teaching, almost of just sitting, like in shikantaza. being fully present without striving for any particular outcome or enlightenment. So the ritual of Zazen helps us as practitioners to cultivate mindfulness and equanimity, reflecting the deeper truth of Zen, that enlightenment is not something to be attained in the future. It is something to be simply realized in the present. Similarly, other rituals like bowing and chanting, and we don't do much chanting, creates moments for practitioners to embody the teachings physically and emotionally. Bowing, for instance, is not simply a gesture of humility. It's a way of expressing non-duality. When a practitioner bows, they acknowledge the emptiness of both the one who bows and the one who is bowed to. There is no separate self in this exchange. Only the unfolding of a single interconnected reality in this way. In this way, the ritual becomes a lived experience of the Dharma rather than an abstract concept. Now, liturgy, as the expression of Zen wisdom, includes a certain amount of chanting, not a lot, mostly in the Heart Sutra. It talks about recitation of the ceremonial texts, but this holds a significant place in Zen practice. While Zen is known for its emphasis on direct experience beyond words, liturgy plays an important role in helping to reinforce the teachings and to ground the practitioner in the wisdom of the Buddhist tradition. So the paradox of using words and text in a tradition that emphasises going beyond the words can be understood when considering that liturgy is not merely about intellectual understanding, but rather it's about creating a meditative and contemplative space for the deeper absorption of the teachings. So Zen liturgy often includes, as I said earlier, the recitation of the Heart Sutra, or the 4 great vows, and maybe even the names of Buddhist ancestors. These chants are not performed solely for their content. Rather, the rhythmic, repetitive nature of the chant is a tool for concentration and mindfulness. When chanting the Heart Sutra, for example, practitioners are not only reciting the essence of the Mahayana Buddha's wisdom and the teachings of emptiness, but they're also embodying it by becoming fully absorbed in the sound, absorbed in the rhythm, and also become absorbed in the breath. So in this way, the act of chanting the Heart Sutra becomes a meditation in itself, allowing the teachings to penetrate beyond intellectual understanding and into direct experience. So the collective nature of chanting also reinforces the Zen understanding of interconnection. When a group of practitioners chant together, their voices merge into one sound, representing the dissolution of the individual self into the community and the greater reality of non-separation. This experience of unity and harmony within the context of ritual helps to dissolve egoic attachments and cultivate a sense of shared purpose, a sense of shared belonging. Ceremony as a reflection of Zen's core principles, whether they are formal monastic rituals or simpler lay practices, are designed to reflect and reinforce the core principles of Zen. These principles include impermanence, no self, compassion, and mindfulness. And they are woven into the fabric of Zen, the Zen rituals in ways that might not be immediately apparent to an outsider. One such ceremony is the formal meal known as oryoki, that is practiced in Zen monasteries. This ritual involves a highly choreographed sequence of actions, including the precise folding and unfolding of cloths, offering of food to the Buddha, and eating in mindful silence. In oryoki, every gesture is performed with great care, and the ritual is infused with the awareness of the interdependence of all beings. The food offered and consumed in oryoki ritual is not simply nourishment for the body. It is an expression of gratitude. Gratitude for the labour and life that went into its production. The act of eating mindfully in community also highlights the principle of non-self, as practitioners are encouraged to recognise that their own existence is sustained by the efforts and the sacrifice of others. So, through oryoki, the teachings of impermanence and interconnection are made tangible. Another important Zen ceremony is jukai, the formal taking of Buddha's precepts. In this ceremony, the practitioner vows to follow ethical guidelines in Buddhism, which include refraining from killing, refraining from stealing, refraining from lying and harmful behaviour. Now, while these precepts might seem like a simple set of moral guidelines, they are understood in Zen as a profound expression of non-duality and compassion. So the precepts are not rules to be followed rigidly, but instead a way of aligning one's life with the fundamental truth of independence, interdependence, and the emptiness of the self. So in taking the precepts, practitioners formally acknowledge their commitment to living in harmony with all beings, and to recognise the inseparability of self and other. So the ritual of Jukai therefore serves as both a personal and communal reaffirmation of the Zen path. So, ritual and liturgy play a central role in the daily life of Zen monasteries. In a Zen monastery, the day is structured around a series of formal rituals, from morning zazen to maybe chanting in the evening, or Dharma in the evening. This daily rhythm of ritual provides a stable container for practice, allowing the practitioners to simply immerse themselves fully in the present moment and to cultivate mindfulness in every aspect of their daily life. One of the most important rituals in monastic life is morning service, which often begins with the opening chant or chanting the Heart Sutra or other sutras. As this particular ritual, which can set the tone for the day, grounding the community in the teachings and creating a sense of shared purpose. So the morning service is followed by periods of zazen, work practice, samu, and formal meals, each of which is performed in the spirit of mindfulness and attentiveness. By integrating ritual into every aspect of life, monastics are able to maintain a continuous awareness of the Dharma, even amidst the mundane tasks like cleaning or cooking. So Zen monastic life also includes seasonal ceremonies such as Rohatsu, Sesshin, usually a week-long meditation retreat that is commemorating the Buddha's enlightenment. During Rohatsu, practitioners engage in extended periods of zazen, punctuated by maybe chanting the Heart Sutra, bowing to others, and other types of ceremonies. The intense focus and repetition of these rituals can help the practitioner to break through habitual patterns of thought and to experience a deeper level of insight into the nature of reality. And then the former structure of Sesshin, with its emphasis on silence, mindfulness, and ritual, creates an environment conducive to profound transformation. So ritual as a path to transcendence for many practitioners serves as a path to a way to move beyond the limitations of the ego and to simply experience the interconnectedness of all things. This transcendence, it's not about escaping the world. It's about seeing the world as it truly is. free from the delusion of separation and attachment. And the ritual of Zazen, in particular, offers a direct path to this transcendence. By sitting still, or sitting in stillness and silence, practitioners are invited to let go of their habitual identification with this ongoing rhythm of thoughts, emotions, and desires. Over time, the practice Zazen helps to dissolve the false sense of self and to help to reveal underlying reality of no self, or emptiness, shunyata. And it's in this state of openness and receptivity that practitioners can express the world without the filter of egoic judgment, seeing everything as an expression of the same unified reality. Other Zen rituals, such as bowing or chanting, also offer moments of transcendence. In bowing, the practitioner temporarily sets aside their self of self-importance and surrenders to the flow of the ritual, merging with the larger rhythm of life. Similarly, in chanting, the practitioner's voice becomes a part of the larger whole, dissolving the boundaries between self and other. And it's through these rituals practitioners are able to experience a sense of unity with all beings, recognizing that their individual self is not separate from the world, but is an integral part of it. So, therefore, ritual, liturgy, and ceremony in Zen serves as an essential framework for both personal and communal practice. And far from being empty formalities, these rituals offer the practitioner a way to embody the teachings of Zen, to cultivate mindfulness, to cultivate compassion, and also to experience the deeper truths of the understanding of impermanence, understanding of no self, and also understand the interconnection. So whether through the simplicity of Zazen, or the collective power of chanting, or the mindfulness of formal meals, Zen rituals create a space for practitioners to engage directly with the Dharma and to cultivate life. Thank you for listening today.